Hello and welcome to another message. I am Danielle, and if you are new, thank you so much for joining. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. On this channel here at I Am Querent, we believe that our purpose is to serve our higher selves. Our higher selves will create our lives, and our lives will define and align our purpose, which will serve our higher selves, hence the triad or rotation of life. Having said that, let's get started. So I was upstairs minding my business, watching some television, and I started to become overwhelmed with a bunch of different emotions. And I knew that they weren't my own because there was no rhyme or reason to anything. And Spirit pretty much led me to come and have this reading to just talk to you guys, because there's some people that I'm going to reach with this message that need to hear and understand that they're not alone in the emotions and the feelings that they're going through as they're going through this ascension and letting go of things that are toxic and not good for themselves. And just that whole struggle of transcending. So some of the words that came about and some of the emotions that were pretty prominent were the words of anxious, mad, nervous, apprehensive, insecure, questioning, unsure, chasing, problematic. Like this was the emotions that I was feeling. And as I meditated and I prayed a little bit in regards to it, Source was just letting me know that these are the tactics, the wounds, the situations that heavier entities, darker energies are able to trap, as well as to deter us from our purpose, to be able to live our highest and our best lives, as well as how it is that we kind of get binded and bound into cycles that not only no longer serve us, but keep us in a state where we're unable to be most effective to other people. Right? Which is, in essence, the bigger picture. Each one teach one. So I just wanted to pull some cards and kind of get into the message as Source sees fit. I hope you guys are having a good week and that the winter season, no matter where you are watching this, serves you well. Because I don't like the cold. I don't know about you guys, but just saying. Okay, so first we're going to start with just some general energy in regards to where it is that we need to first start. What is it that we're actually attacking? What is it that we're actually feeling, and why? Let's see. I'll start with this here love deck. Thank you, Source, so much for the opportunity to be able to give a message. May this message touch those who are in need of it. Give me the messages very clearly and precisely to be able to convey what it is that you would have the tribe to know for their higher selves, as well as their advancement. Please protect me from any evil eye entities that are sent against me, as well as any negative spirits. All through Source, I transcend that energy back to you with love, knowing that we are here on assignment, Lord. We are here to understand our purposes, and may this journey be ever so clear as we seek your face very diligently. To my ancestors, ascended masters, as well as archangels and angels, please protect as well as to fortify us with what is needed for our higher goods. Okay. All right, let's get some cards. All right, one. We are in a Mercury retrograde officially. The emotions of confusion, frustration, lack of communication, misunderstanding, that's going to be very prevalent. So everyone needs to really pretty much be patient with themselves. I mean, carry on your business and carry on your days as need fit, but just be aware that not everything that happens is as it appears or as it seems, because we're moving in truth and spirit. So in essence, it's not so much the situation that presents itself as much as the energy behind it, the intent behind what it is that people are doing and saying, what it is that we're feeling, what is the intent behind it. One more card, Source, thank you. That was a whole lot more cards. Let's do this. These two came out, 3, 4. And I'll do this one 5 separately. Perfect. All right, what do we have here as energy? We have proud, karmic cycle in reverse, longing, missing you very much. It says guilt trip, as well as devious ways. All right, and I mean, it pretty much says what it says, and that goes in direct correlation with what it was that I'm feeling. Because what it feels like is that some of you guys, some of us, we were in a situation, we were in some sort of a connection where we kind of felt as though this was like the relationship, the connection. You know, we were excited to be around each other. We consistently felt as though this was like a fulfillment. But when I talk about, or when I see a karmic cycle in reverse, in essence, it just means, let me just talk to you straightforward as the story comes out, okay? Because we have, I don't know if y'all could see this clearly. So karmic cycle in reverse is telling me that with this proud card, that we were in a relationship, we were in a particular relationship or situation or connection that pretty much felt as though it was meant to be, like it was destined, it was everything that we wanted, or we felt as though even if it might not have been everything, that it was definitely going into a place where we really wanted to be. But you got out of it. Okay, this is a cycle that was karmic. This was in reverse, that has been ended. Okay, and that's a big blessing in and of itself. However, longing came out, and it pretty much is talking about the or the energy thereof is that even though the cycle ended, the karmic cycle ended, and even though it hurt a lot, I still long for you. So this is our energy. This is your energy in regards to how it is that you still feel. So even though it was a cycle that ended and it was necessary for your level of growth, which you definitely did identify, it's okay. You are still missing the person, the situation, or the relationship. Guilt trip, no longer is this person or are these people able to put you through that guilt trip, that feeling bad for standing up for yourself, or the mind games to make you feel guilty for actually creating boundaries and sticking to it. That was in reverse. And then we have, last but not least, devious ways, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is what we need to remember and we need to focus on as far as why it is we were able to get out, or what it was that propelled us to get out of this cycle, as well as what it is the downfall or the pitfall would be if we don't watch the red flags. And this card specifically talks about manipulative behavior, distortion of the truth, and passive aggressive behavior. These are some very low vibration energies right here when you start talking about these behaviors. And these are the things that are the red flags that whomever is watching this source is telling me to tell you need to watch out for, okay? All right, having said that, let's get some more cards. I'm going to go to the tarot and get some explanation on this energy that we're feeling. Everything is a process, family. Everything is a process. Proud to have you, talks about you all the time, very impressed with you. So it feels like it is a situation I'm feeling as though the messages or the information that has been conveyed to you through a person or a situation is not so much the message that is being conveyed by this person to other people, other confidants, or even to themselves, what they're feeling on the inside. And a lot of that has to do with admiration as well as intimidation, okay? We have a King of Wands, the Hangman, as well as the Tower underneath Proud. Okay. So you're making full effort to have a different perspective and to start to change your mind in the midst of the tower that was just happening. Okay. Okay, so you're going forward and you're making the appropriate changes in your life to be able to deal with this particular tower. Tell me more about the tower, Source. Tell me more about this particular tower. What is this tower? Let's get some clear pictures. This tower has to do with Six of Cups. So we're talking about the thoughts that you created to believe in this level of, I don't want to call it a fantasy, but this image of having really, really good times, or a time when things were well. But if you look at the picture very well, which I love these cards with the illustration, but you see that the cups are filled with flowers. And what we do know about flowers is that flowers do perish. They come and they go. So this is not a ground. This is not a standing point. This isn't something that we should be focused on. But when we're explaining the tower, what I'm feeling intuitively is that this tower was caused because it was built on something that wasn't quite as stable ground. This isn't like a Pentacles or anything, hunts. Okay, it's a tower based on something that's perishable. Hence, you're going to have that uprooting, especially in a situation where you've created a false sense of reality. Okay, what is this karmic cycle? What is this karmic cycle that was closed out by this very, very brave divine being? Because let's all be clear, towers are not fun. To be thrown out of your sense of stability, or to understand things to be a way that they weren't necessarily how it was before, that is not an easy task or feat. But you made it. You made it. You obviously made it, but you're just dealing with some feelings right now that is very different. Well, it's a little bit difficult to process. And that's okay too. Under karmic cycle, we have the Sun as well as Justice. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so happy because it's just like, it's so good to see when we kind of move forward, right? So what's being illuminated is the fact that justice is being served since you closed out this particular karmic cycle. Justice being served, not in so much that now you're a free bird and life is so sweet. Those are definitely true statements, but in the fact that you're gaining back, or you're establishing yourself on a more stable ground and finding a sense of peace. Kind of like one of the words that was describing how I felt originally was nervous. You're resetting your nervous system. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Source. Because that in essence is what you need to understand, is that in the midst of the lack of control that you have with these types of tower moments, Source and the universe and your ancestors, they all have your back, and you don't have to worry about getting your own retribution, because you come from the all that is that will handle all that is. Okay? And what do we have as far as longing? Because this is where the heart comes into play. What is the longing? What is it that the collective needs to know in regards to longing? This came out this way. This is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands in reverse. And what that's telling me is that this is not an easy process. This longing that you want to go away, these emotions that you want to go, you want to feel that sense of full happiness and not thinking about this person or the situation that kind of broke you. You want to, but it's not an easy or slow process. Okay, Eight of Pentacles, you're going to have to work at it. It's going to be a diligent process where you're consistently going to have to dig within, be aware of the emotions that you have, embrace them, sit in them, and it's okay to be in the dark. Okay, and when I say dark, I'm talking about the shadow, dark shadow of the soul. All right, and this is definitely in regards to relationship, which will resurface again. Okay, and when I say resurface, I mean the place of your heart where you can love freely and openly, not particularly this person. One more card. Head over heart. Making wiser decisions. Okay. Making wiser decisions in relationships. Because even if you look at the situation, she's looking at him and he's kind of looking off, right? So it's not about what you're offering, it's about what the reality of the exchange is. So it's making wiser, more intentional decisions that are beneficial and balanced. Being diligent, taking your time and making the decisions and putting in the work that's appropriate. Taking your time and allowing yourself to heal accordingly. All right, let's get some more information here. All right, what's guilt trip in reverse, Source? What's guilt trip in reverse? What's guilt trip in reverse? I'm picking up that there's someone here who's extremely angry, and it's almost like you're angry that you're angry. Because a little bit of it is that you're angry at yourself, and you're angry at the person, you're angry at the situation. All right, under guilt trip, we have the Queen of Pentacles as well as the Three of Wands. Okay. So guilt trip is in reverse. You know that you have the power to create anew. You know that you have the stance to be able to start again, even though you felt stripped. Despite the involvement, despite the possible third party or distraction, despite the lack of focus on your situation by your person, right? A little bit more on guilt trip in reverse. You're not feeling guilty for the decisions you made. Why? Because you made a conscious choice to move forward because you knew it was best for you. You knew what was best for you. You decided to put you first, to move forward and to put you first. And what's these devious ways, Source? We have a Three of Cups and a Five of Swords. If I didn't say it before, there definitely was a situation, or there's a very high probability that for some of you guys, this involved a third party or some level of a distraction in some other sort of commitment. Full deception right under devious ways. So you felt betrayed. You were jealous. All the emotions that I talked about earlier, you felt anxious through this. You felt apprehensive to speak your mind. You felt insecure because there was no real sense of stability because of the deception that you absolutely felt was a thing. You were questioning everything at all times because this is how we started off, feeling and understanding this to be our everything, okay? You were chasing the situation, especially being that it was a situation where there was a third party, right? But on the flip side of things, which is what it is that Source wants you to understand how to start to decode, to heal a little bit more effectively, you have your source and your guides and your ancestors and your team next to you, illuminating the truth and leading the way, showing you how to balance yourself between your emotions as well as your mind. Okay? Because the fact that you made a conscious decision to move forward and have a different mindset or a different approach to how it is that you're going to heal yourself and obtain that justice for the situation by itself is leaps and bounds. All right. And what do we have at the bottom here? We have the Wheel of Fortune. So you will be getting that new start and you will be having that karmic justice. Besides that, you're having all of your wishes and desires come true. Okay. Two of Swords, you don't want to make decisions kind of hastily. So you kind of sit, which is what you should be doing. You kind of sit in the process And you don't move until you're instructed through source, because you've surrendered yourself to the divine and the instruction thereof. And with the Queen of Wands, you're on your go mode. Okay, you found the strength to kind of move forward. All right, yeah. All right, let me get some more information. Source, can you give me some advice for the collective? Can I get some specifics, some advice? What do they need to hear for their higher good? What is it that they need to hear for their higher good? Don't feel as though you're confused, guys. Don't feel as though there's too many emotions that are floating around for you to understand what the next move should be. What you're feeling is absolutely normal. What's not normal is when you decide that that's going to be your end result and that's where you want to stay. I don't feel like for most of you that is the situation, because I got a little bit, like a lot of fire energy, a lot of movement. You've made some decisions. The only thing that's really holding you back is the mindset. But we've determined already with the Hangman when the Hangman as well as King and Queen of Swords, that you definitely are in a place where your mindset is changing to be able to allow you to make better decisions despite the pain that you felt, because you're not in a place where you're going to repeat the cycle, and you're definitely not guilt tripping at this point. Yes, it is a situation where there was some devious ways and you were betrayed and there was possibly a third party, as this denotes, but you're moving forward. So be patient with yourself. The message of the story today is be patient with yourself, okay? And it's okay to sit within the elements of the emotion, because you can't get to the light unless you sit in the darkness. It's just what it is through duality. Anyway, having said that, what more information can we give the collective, Source? Triggers, disharmony, and conflict. That's what the issue is right now. Understanding and being aware of what your triggers are. I've said this a couple of times before, but I really do stand and live by it. Once you are a 3D being, you have to live in the 3D world. I don't really care how spiritual you are. You have flesh, you are a carbon being. You're going to have the temptations and you're going to have the realities that the 3D flesh that you have dictates, namely emotions. What you do with those emotions is 100% a choice. It's a will. It's free will. It's a choice. You are never bound by your physical situation to make particular repetitive cycles. You're never bound. It's a choice, whether your mind stays in one place or not, right? So along the line, we had disharmony, your triggers, and the conflicts, which is the things that you really need to come through. Okay, so these are the things that you really need to be aware of, because these are the wounds that haven't healed, all right? These are the forgivenesses that you haven't made, all right? You have to make the decision. You have to make the choice to choose you first. You have to make the choice to go through the hard work. You've gone through a lot. You've gone through a lot. You've literally been leveled up, but you cannot stop now, okay? Keep the fire going. This is what I'm getting. Between the energy of the oracle cards as well as tarot, and with a lot of the fire in the tarot, I definitely feel like this is not the moment for contemplation in your life right now. This is not the moment for trying to create a plan. It's the moment for movement. It's the moment to start taking action, and that action that Source is wanting you to take is to change your mindset and to keep moving forward with positive thought processes. Alchemize the energy of negativity that you feel with positive immediately. Why? Because you're worth it. You're worth it, and you're worth more. All right. Let's get all the cards that flicked out there. All right. So yeah, we have a rejection. You feel rejected, but it's okay, because this is a rejection that was necessary for you to go through an awakening, okay? And in this awakening, you lost ego, or your ego is challenged. And that's a lot of the feeling that you're feeling also too, is that ego death, right? Where you're surrendering and you're releasing. because it was a situation where you were having all of the quote unquote fun, partying, external influences. But based on what happened and where you found yourself, you ended up finding yourself in a place where you were very resistant to the environment that you were around. Why? Because your inner man was telling you one thing and your external world was telling you another. When I say external world, that also has to do with your perception of how things actually really were. Like you really felt like this was something that was going to enhance you, but instead what it did is it tried to break you, right? And then here we go. It was definitely fate. It's fate, the way that things worked out. The fact that you even had to go through the cycle was fated. Now, the decisions that you make thereafter and keep making, that is a choice, okay? Because at the end of the day, when you're dealing with situations that involve twin flames, these are contracts that are created for your higher self. These are the level ups in the game of life that you have to go through and pass the test to be able to hit the next level or awareness or ascension of life, okay? That's it. That literally is it. That is the storyline. That is totally the storyline. That is what Source is letting you know. Not only are you not alone in this process of what you feel, not only is it not a problem, not only is it acceptable to feel the things that you feel, but in the process, you have to be patient with yourself. And I think that this row right here in regards to your longing, which is the issue, and I'll say it again because it feels as though it's really prominent. The longing that you feel, the hurt and stuff, it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't mean that you're guilt tripping. It doesn't mean that you feel like you made a wrong decision. So it's okay to acknowledge these feelings. Don't beat yourself up. You're not less of a divine being because you feel these feelings. Because at the end of the day, it is a process that requires you to be in charge of your mind and make practical decisions in regards to the relationships that you have. It's going to take time. You have to be diligently working, and with the 8 in reverse, it's taking time. Like I said, it's not a quick process. Be patient with yourself. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here, Source. Anything else you want me to tell my people? It's a storyline, y'all. I'm telling you, it is a storyline. It is happening all around because energy is fluid, okay? And what happens to one happens to the other. We are all one and the same. And so just note that even if you don't understand, keep yourself surrounded with like-minded friends. This is time for communion. This is time to upgrade your friend group. You want to be around like-minded people, spiritually progressive people. And obviously, we don't live on the clouds. So there's going to be interactions with people and energies that are a little antagonistic or a little bit of that rub us a little wrong. But for the most part, when you start talking about your environment and your circle, redirect your energy to be able to attract what it is you need. You have to do your part. And this is the purpose I'm feeling that's of this whole mini reading that I'm doing, is that you have to be responsible for your part in the progression of your life. Source has the rest. Source has the secret formula, the secret sauce. All you have to do is have the mindset, the thought, put a feeling behind the thought, and then physically take the actions towards what it is that you want. And then in time, depending on how large of a manifestation and or how strong your intent as well as how bold your actions are will determine the time frame of its physical manifestation. But your 100% responsibility is to use and exercise your free will towards the purpose and the plan that you've dedicated yourself to. And in this situation, it's healing. It's not worrying about how you're coming across and the fact that you're having a bad day, but it's more of, why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling right now? Is it because my ego is being bruised? Is it because I haven't quite made a decision? Or is it my ego bruised because of rejection? Have I been triggered? Like, you have to be honest with these, all right? And you want to know, so I'm going to tell you. You want to know what your person is thinking. Are they as hurt as you are? And I feel some of you saying, they better be just as hurt, bastards. But I know we have to watch our mouths in regards to the words that come out, because when you put intention behind it, whether it's short term or not, and you're like, oh, I didn't really mean to say it, your words carry vibration, which is energy, which creates, okay? And that's why it's so important to go within, so that you're able to regulate what comes out, okay? What more is it that we need to know? What more is it that we need to know in regards to this healing? Let's talk about this person right quick though, because we didn't even get into that. Let's just get into that a little bit, because I don't know about you guys, but getting over any type of like a heartbreak or breakup, that it makes me feel a little bit better to have just some sort of knowledge or heads up as far as what's going on with the person. Not necessarily like, oh, I want them to be suffering, or I hope that she really like doesn't get whatever. Never like that, but just more so like, you don't want to feel like you're last man standing. Let's see what's going on. Plus it's a little easier, if you ask me, to process when you have information. That might be my issue, because I'm always fighting my sense of control, especially with source in my relationship. And you have to let go and let God, how that saying goes. But in essence, it's the truth though, because your assignment is just to do your part. It's not to do your part and source's part. Because if you knew how to do it, you wouldn't be in the situation right now. True conversation. All right, give me some energy on what actually is this situation. And I'm not going to spend too much time, source is saying, because if you know, you're going to know. You're going to know if it resonates or not. If it doesn't resonate with you, definitely it's not your reading. So it's okay. You might pick up you should be picking up some sort of nuggets and bits and pieces of information that are definitely applicable to where you are in your heart space. But if this particular spread right now is not for you, it's not. It's okay. Who is this person that the collective is dealing with? And if you guys didn't know, I do not pick up cards that do not turn over. This is my relationship with Source, and this is how it does. We have a Three of Swords in reverse. We have a Knight of Cups. So it's not a heartbreak situation right now with this level of like past history. It seems as though your heart is healed to the point where you feel okay to like literally allow yourself to be open to another opportunity in love. Like your heart is healed for the most part. You're not hurting. You just periodically go in and out of the emotion, which is fine. Because there's a King of Cups around the corner. Hello. There is a King of Cups around the corner. Thank you. Hello. Can't even make this up, y'all. So there's a King of Cups that is around the corner, okay? This is someone who is very intentional with giving, very discerning in the way that he presents himself, sensitive but not over emotional, right? So there's a King of Cups that's working hard, or that you two are going to be working hard towards getting together or creating some sort of a relationship, right? Creating some sort of a relationship. True conversation. So that's good news. That's very good news. Your heart is not broken. And the offer is definitely there. But it's up to this King of Wands, as well as yourself, putting in the work, full effort to make it happen. So that's good. And this, y'all are rough. Because I asked one question and it was like the energy was blocked immediately. It's not about the past. Let's move on to the future. Okay. Let's see what else we got. What's this Three of Wands? Three of Swords, I'm sorry, in reverse, Source. What's this Three of Swords in reverse? We have a Five of Swords. So there was the deceit. There was the betrayal. Well, let me rephrase that, because what I'm feeling more so is y'all were like, yeah, okay, funny man, funny girl, keep it up. So you had your battle. This is the battle. This is you. I'm feeling like this is your energy. You literally felt as though you were fighting and you won. Even though you hurt and you were in a distressed state, you won. Because look at you now. Not keeled over, not destroyed, literally on your way, moving forward. Who is this person, Source, if you don't mind telling us? Thank you and please. It's someone who came across as though they had all of their ish together, as though they were balanced, they were gentle and nurturing, but they were strong, they were stable and steady, and they were literally the person that it was that you were calling on, your wish fulfillment. It was going to be your everything. This is who this swindler and this person is, which makes sense as to why you felt the need to have to protect yourself, because you got taken advantage of, or you felt as though you guys had got taken advantage of, and you had to fight. You had to fight. But guess what, though? If you never were faced with this type of a similar situation or this situation, you probably would have never found the fight in you. This is what Source is telling me. Not saying that y'all were way too vulnerable or gullible, but you gave people the benefit of the doubt. Who's this King of Swords? I'm sorry, King of Cups. We have Justice in reverse. We have the Six of Cups. One more. What's the Six of Cups with the Justice and the King of Cups? What's the Justice with King of Cups? Thank you. All right, so we have Justice in reverse. We have old memories. We have Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. So asking about who this person was, like they weren't it for you. They really weren't it for you. There's a sense of unfairness, cruelty, imbalance, selfishness, unawareness, like all the vibrations that would cause all of the emotions, as I stated earlier. So we're talking about insecurity, questioning, that lower vibration emotion. This is what that past person caused you. All right, that's gonna be what it is. More information. Can you explain that? What's the Eight of Pentacles in regards to this new person that's coming out? Can I get some information on this new person, Source? What's this new person? What's the Eight of Pentacles? What do they need to be working on? What are they going to be working on? We got an Eight of Wands. We have a Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and a Two of Wands. Okay, more balanced. What I'm getting is the next situation that you guys go into, it's going to be definitely more balanced, right? Opportunity to make better decisions. You're going to take your time and be more patient and diligent in the movements and the decisions that you make when you're moving forward, right? However, the actual process or you meeting this person is going to happen quickly, right? And it's going to be a situation where it's not just your physicality that's going to be involved in your heart, but also your mind, right? Being balanced all the way around the board. That pretty much is it. And what's the Eight of Wands? Can we get some information on this Eight of Wands? Ace of Wands. We have a King of Pentacles, as well as the Four of Wands. So yeah, that's it. This is your person who's going to be the provider. He's going to be the one who's going to be your sense of stability, your sense of home, your sense of grounding, okay? And then this is literally the opportunity to take that's going to present itself, right? And not necessarily, like I say all the time, it doesn't have to be a love situation. This could be some sort of a platonic relationship, a friendship, a family member, someone who it was that you had a union, or you're going to have a union with, that you feel the sense of stability, you feel a sense of provision, someone you can work with, someone you can take forward action with. All right, y'all. Okay. Yeah, because you're coming out of a situation where you feel victimized and isolated, okay? And as the Queen of Pentacles, you were the practical one, but you decided to go ahead and to use all the tools you knew how and to dig deep within your spirit to kind of get exactly what it is that you needed to pull you out of a situation. And you could have been in this energy of ignore or being angry or kind of discontented and periodically missing the boat as far as the opportunity of what source has for you. But you now are illuminated with this message. You now understand exactly what it is that's happening, where you are, and that it's okay to feel what you feel, but it's not okay to stay there, because you have to change your mindset to change your reality, because doing that is going to cause you to have much more healthier situations and not to be stuck out into like the cold, or to be neglected, or to feel as though you don't have the things that you want, because you do. Source is here with you. All right, y'all. Okay. Last but not least, words of wisdom. Where was the card set? Where's this? Hold on a second, y'all. This particular deck that I was looking for. Is it Heart's Hidden Secrets? Yeah, let's do this. We'll do the Heart's Hidden Secrets. Thank you so much, Source, for all of the information and clarity that you've given us, the nuggets that you've given us to be able to focus on so that we can become better as far as our purpose here on earth and our ascension, as far as understanding who you are in us and who we are in you. May we consistently seek the truth and the knowledge within ourselves to be able to change our external environment. And give me some closing words of advice for the collective, for my family here. Some information. Because at the end of all of this, what's most important is that you get the lesson. It's not what the real end result is, who ended up with who, how strong you are, and the fact of you're crying less. That's all a bunch of gibberish. The only thing that matters is that you're understanding and honest with what's happening on the inside of you. Where's your mindset? Being forgiving of yourself and gentle and kind. You know, you're not stupid that you had to go through this, okay? You're not stupid, you know, you're not naive. It's just that this is part of your growth process. Because what's real stupid is when people want to sit back and judge other people and point the finger of, how could you go through that? I can't believe that you even dealt with him or her. And these are the same people that go through their own karmic cycles 50 million lifetimes. So, like, let's just get it real. It's okay that you went through it. All right, Source. Listen to your intuition, okay? It's your inner knowledge and it's your intuition that will get you to where you need to go as far as to have a healthy heart and new beginnings, okay? All right. We have mistakes. We have foundation. 2 more cards, sirs. Okay. 2 more cards. 1 more card. 1 more card. Just some advice for the collective. What is it that they need to hear most right now? Thank you. All right. So we have mistakes, and it's okay, like I said, to make mistakes. And I understand that most of you or some of you feel as though you were misunderstood, that you were isolated, that nobody understood who you were, right? Nobody understood who you were, but that's because you are a divine being, a divine feminine energy, male or female, a divine feminine energy, your yin energy, okay? And amongst the darkness, you are the light. So if you're looking for understanding and association as far as camaraderie with the masses, that ain't gonna happen, sis, all right? What you need to do is focus on building and reframing your family. And when I say family, I mean grounding, okay? Kind of like how we saw the tower earlier. You have to build when something is destroyed in order to have a sense of stability. So that's what you need to focus on. Focus on what's happening internally. Establishing, as it even says right there, establish and then security. Establish a sense of security, okay? Because once again, longing, yearning, desiring, that's not something that's going to go away, whether it be on the negative end as far as the emotions that are lower vibration, or even on the positive ends as far as what it is that you want to establish, because either which way, that emotion of longing and yearning is necessary for propelling. It's either going to propel you into a perpetual cycle again because of the anger that's going to come up as well as the pain and the triggers, or it's going to propel you into walking into your purpose because it was okay. You felt okay with sitting in the darkness or sitting within the emotion or the truth of whatever your trigger is or how it is that you got to the point. Because it's not that it's your fault, but you can only attract what you are. So you have to identify it and heal. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you and to share this message that Source asked me so very kindly, intentionally, and strongly to share with you. If any of this resonated, please do not hesitate to hit that like button. Subscribe for sure so that you can become part of this family and we can kind of grow together and share. Definitely hit the notifications so that you know when I have these intermittent type of readings, as well as any giveaways, which I'm definitely considering. And hit me up. Let me know how you guys are doing and if any of this resonated bigger than that, because my purpose isn't here to be entertained and my purpose is here to give messages. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much once again for coming. Definitely have a beautiful, blessed rest of your week, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.